Good day, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Muzz and the Chefs. How the hell do we end up here? Episode number 11.
11. 11.
And my microphone level is absolute crap because we've had to use these other
We've
mics
had
today.
technical difficulties this morning.
It's been a bit of a pain in the posterior, to be quite honest with you.
Yes. It's been fun to watch you, though, running around unplugging stuff and plugging stuff back in. No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Not a happy camper.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. So,
like, subscribe, welcome, do all that thing.
So again, like, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and press the notification button there. Give us a comment as well, and we have a new show for you every Wednesday of Absolute Dribble.
Absolute.
And
concise drivel, though.
So I'm a bit out of sorts, actually.
Yeah, you
with
are.
all this business. So
we're also a lot earlier today.
yeah, actually, are we in the AM?
I think we should be.
Oh no, it's after 12 now.
Right, there you go.
Usually it's the afternoon, but anyway. So no fact checking because we haven't even bothered. Oh no, you had one.
I had one.
You had one.
I said Germany was covered in 7 meters of water. It was 7 centimeters of water. So I do apologise to all the
Slight
Germans.
anomaly.
I know, but hey, it's still a lot of
Slight
water.
anomaly.
At least I checked something.
Yeah.
You did nothing.
I did nothing. So straight onto the subject for this week. Oh, and we are going to, while we're rattling on as we normally do, we are going to drop the show now to about half an hour because people have short fucking attention spans and can't tune in for less than.
I know, and
apparently 7 minutes is the average listenership on.
I can't
on
go
YouTube.
7 minutes.
So we've decided for you people who can't tune in for
No
longer than
attention
half
span.
an hour to make it a little bit shorter. So having said all that,
We have to
no
insult each
further
other.
ado.
We have to insult
We're
each other
going to-
quicklier. What's
Each
wrong
other.
with me this morning? Go on.
We're going to what the fuck was I just saying?
We're going on to the subject.
I
We're
got
going
the
straight
subject.
in.
Yes, all right. So this week's subject, it's a bit topical. I'm trying to be a bit more topical too. I think that's a good idea to do.
You can get an ointment for tropical. Oh, topical. Sorry.
Topical.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So this week we're going to talk about this business with Alan Jones, and not him specifically, but this Alan Jones business and the outrage culture that we are currently living in.
What did he say?
What he said was he should... Look, I'm paraphrasing, but it's pretty close to this. He said she should shut up and stop criticising Australia's climate change policy, and the Prime Minister should shove a sock down her throat.
And this is about the
Jacinda
Prime
Ardern.
Minister of New Zealand.
Of New Zealand, yeah, because she was criticising the Australian climate, governmental policies.
Well, she should. It's crap.
And and what he said, he didn't exactly retract his statement, but what he did say was that what he meant to say, he should have told her to put a sock in it.
Oh, well, the language is wrong.
The language is
He
wrong.
can have that sentiment.
Yeah, but that happens to us in here every week.
I know.
We'll think of something and you say it, it doesn't come out exactly the way you think, in a live situation.
He should have used the beautiful Australian term, which was pull your head in.
I'll pull your head in.
That would have worked
the problem
perfect.
is, I think, with this whole thing, particularly with her, if she was a male prime minister, it wouldn't have been anywhere near an issue. Because she's female prime minister.
I disagree.
Do you?
I disagree because remember Abbott said he was going to shirt front Putin.
Oh yes,
And
that
then-
may be news too.
Yeah,
true.
the same
That
thing.
may
So
be
I
news.
think I don't think that's
don't think
any
that's true?
different. I don't think that her being female of the female persuasion makes any difference whatsoever.
Is it a persuasion?
Listen, this is
It's not
persuasion.
really a chihuahua.
Well, it's a gender. It's a
not go down
choice.
that
She
road.
wants to be a fucking tractor. She can be a fucking tractor.
Yeah. So
The
yeah.
outrage. So did he get sacked or not?
No, but see, what's happening now is that they're starting to... a lot of his sponsorship is starting to pull ads from his show because of what he said. Now, what I think he said, whether it was in bad taste or not, and I don't think it was in that bad taste, really. It wasn't that bad what he said. But people are just jumping on this. Oh, he's a misogynist. He probably is, but, But this is my thing. If you are the Prime Minister of a country,
Yes.
or if you're in the public sector and in the public eye, as far as I'm concerned, and you're in a position of power or influence, you are up for criticism from everybody, and I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You should be able to criticise the people who
I agree. But
who are...
there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it.
Well, what are you going to say? Oh, well, I think she should
You can't say,
button
listen,
the lip about that.
you can't go, all right, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, you can't go, listen, pull your fucking head in or
No,
we'll
you
bomb
can't
your
say
country.
that.
You know, you can't say
No, you
that
can't
shit.
say you're going to bomb your country.
But you know what I mean? It's just the strength of the language. He can go, I think you're completely wrong. I think you should butt out of Australian politics and mind your own business. Fine. Nobody would have even blinked.
No, but
It's all in the language. It's all in the delivery.
It is, but he could have said something a lot worse.
Like what?
He could have said, "Oh, the Prime Minister should have shoved his fist down the throat." Could have said something way worse, something like that. Or punched her in the throat.
Horrible fisting image in my head now.
But you know what I'm saying. My point is that he could have said something a lot more direct than that.
So are we talking about language today, or are we talking about the outrage of everybody jumping on the bandwagon?
This is just the catalyst for the conversation.
Wow, we could cut it for half an hour today.
I've got to keep it on the time, actually.
Yeah.
So what is your take? So that being said, that's one topic that's a bit, hot this week. So what do you think is... What is your take on the outrage culture? And I think... So I'll let you say what you think, then I'll interject later.
I think everybody needs to be a little more less sensitive, desensitized.
Yeah.
I think everybody jumps up and down about, they go, if somebody does, there's extra fat in my milk, and then they go, oh my God, you sold milk with extra fat, or I think it's a lot of bollocks. But I think it's all about language. I think the whole thing's about language. If you say things in a certain tone, it's convincing idiots that it's their idea. If you can convince an idiot it's their idea and it's a brilliant idea,
but isn't that politics in general?
Yeah, but
isn't that what Hitler's policies? Isn't that Stalin's policies? Isn't that anyone? What's the quote?
Yeah, but look at the delivery they brought. Their delivery was completely different. There was not much language. There was lots of action, and there was lots of people killed.
Yeah,
but it's all in the delivery.
Yeah. Well, I didn't Hitler say something about... Oh, it was him or Goebbels? I can't remember which one. Was Goebbels the Minister for Propaganda? Was that Goebbels?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Fact check. But
God, why do you even bother now? You don't even bother fact checking. So why fact check? But
didn't he say the lie loud, say it enough times? Something I'm paraphrasing.
Oh yeah, if you say it enough times, they'll believe it.
People start believing it.
Yeah,
and I think that's true.
I agree. See, now you believe me.
But I think this has all gotten worse through social media. The outrage culture has just gone mental through social media.
People in ivory towers can now throw all the mud they like because they're sitting in this ivory tower behind a keyboard, completely anonymous, and they can be as outraged as they like. Really, I really don't give a fuck when people get outraged anymore. It's lost its power.
Well, I think that's what'll happen in the end. I think people will be outraged by everything so much they just go...
Yeah, but people like Alan Jones, they're shock jocks.
They're shock jocks,
it would have been done for a reason, and maybe not pulling the advertising wasn't the best reason in the world, but we're talking about him. Everybody in Australia's talking about him right now.
Also, I think there was the first headline I saw this morning as well. It's still about it.
Well, see, it's as I said, I think it's language-based. If he had said it a different way...
language based. You could say...
He could have said it in a much... What gives this woman the right to interfere in Australian politics if she wants to have a say?
Headlines.
But if she wants to... Yeah, but it would have been the same delivery. It would have been the same message as pull your fucking head in.
Yeah.
Put a sock in it. But if you say it in a different way, he would have...
But I still think there's a lot of this to do with because she's a female. Because people have jumped on the whole feminist, misogynist bullshit. How dare he say that to a woman? Well, guess what? She's a public figure. I don't particularly like her, to be honest with you. Everyone thought she was the best thing. And don't get me wrong, the thing that happened in Christchurch was fucking terrible. There was never an excuse in a billion years for something like that happening.
Guns.
But the way that I'm sorry, and people are going to disagree with this, and nothing good, because this is what we need, discourse, people disagreeing with each other. She used that as a political gain, like you would not.
I disagree.
You don't think she did?
No, I don't think she did. Mine's much more controversial than yours.
Oh, okay, it's worse than mine.
Oh, mine's much worse than yours. I think she used her whole pregnancy while she was Prime Minister to her whole advantage. I'm a woman. I can have a baby and time off and be the Prime Minister to show you all the power of female. And I think she used that as a political football.
It's only New Zealand.
Yeah,
there's not that many people there to govern. It was like 4 million. Maybe not that, maybe 3, I can't remember.
That's the same as Ireland.
Yeah. So, but see,
you have a thing, you've a hard on for her today or something. Like, what's the story?
No, I don't know for it. No, I just think that she...
I want to crack at the female race. Or just
race?
Gender?
Gender.
Oh,
let's not get down the gender role.
So you're having a crack at all women in power. Is that what you're saying? They're using the female thing to their advantage.
No, not at all. We've had a female Prime Minister.
She wasn't
elected.
Thatcher wasn't elected.
She wasn't elected, but
it was a coup.
Maggie Thatcher was a massively strong female
she was.
leader.
And I fucking hated her.
Yeah, I'm sure your people would have.
Your people? What the fuck's wrong with you today? You're for a fucking fight.
Your people, what am I supposed to say?
Your people.
The Irish people?
Yes. which I am a member of.
Okay, the Irish Republic
Yeah, thank you.
country.
A little fucking respect.
You have no respect for anybody. Why should I give
I
you
have
respect?
respect for lots of people.
But no,
just not one of
obviously
them.
her policies wouldn't have been very kind towards the Republic of Ireland.
Or Argentina.
Oh, this is the
Falkland
Islands
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
There was more sheep there than people, and she sent half the British troops. Let's go and wipe out these fuckers.
Yeah.
Why? Just because she was a bitch.
Well, obviously, they felt that was still part of the
No, she was trying.
Commonwealth.
She was trying to show power. That's what that was. That was a show of power completely.
I agree. But no, I don't have a problem with any female leaders in anything, politics, corporations. It doesn't matter. It's always, to me, it doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are. Excuse me. It's the job that you do.
Do it well.
And do it well, and
Do what you're paid to do.
Are you qualified to do that job? Doesn't matter if you've got a dick or a vagina. It's about being able to do the job.
There's no. What Boris Johnson put all these. I'm now going to use a phrase. He put all these brown people in his cabinet, and people went, "Oh, it's so diverse." No, it's not. They're still right-wing fucking Nazis, not Nazis, fascists.
Conservatives.
Just because they're brown or have a vagina or have a dick doesn't change their policy at all.
There's your argument about all that blown away to begin with. It doesn't matter what colour you are. It's where your politics is. It's where your head lies. It's not you.
So, on that Alan Jones thing, do you actually disagree with her being able to have a say or saying something about Australia, or does it offend you?
No, it doesn't offend me. Well, she's brushed it off completely and said, "I don't care what he said." She's not. She's actually. It's not her who's got the problem. It's the media that have got the problem. The media have jumped on it and said, "Oh," and made a big hoo-ha about it. She's just gone, "Yeah, whatever," about the whole thing. She doesn't care.
No, she couldn't
care less.
See, that's great. That's showing really forward thinking. Going, I don't give a shit. He can jump up and down and say what the fuck he likes. I'm moving on to our next problem.
When we should, I agree. That's what I mean. We should be able to say what
So
we
this
like.
is a complete beat up by the media to promote the media.
I think it's the case with everything. Whether you want to talk about things like, transgenderism and gay rights and all that sort of stuff. And this
have
is
you
the
a problem with that too?
No, I don't have a problem with it at all. Like I've said it a billion times, as long as you live your life the way you want to and it doesn't interfere with the freedoms of other people, do what you like. I don't care. I don't mind what people get up to as long as it doesn't affect me directly.
What about bestiality?
Well, I have a problem with that.
It doesn't
I don't think animals are able to give consent.
It doesn't affect any other humans.
I don't think animals are able to give consent.
And just because we're talking about New Zealand doesn't mean I mean what that
sheep
means.
shagging. But no, that's not. I'm not annoyed with her in particular. Actually, what I'm more annoyed about at the moment, I'm not even annoyed. It's just I find it interesting that her dig was Australia needs to change the climate policy because of all these Pacific countries that are going to go underwater because of Australia's policy on climate change. And as you've spoken about on numerous podcasts now, is that the big polluters are
China, India, America.
They're the biggest polluters. But I think because we're the local power, the local regional power.
Not for long.
Probably not for long. But we're the current power is that we're the target.
But I think, yeah.
Why is it all our fault? I mean, yes, okay, we do have probably more emissions per capita than other parts of the world.
But that's only because there's not enough people here. If you had more people here, it'd be less.
What would be less? Less emissions?
Yeah, per capita, because it'd be more people.
Oh, of course. But
so we need more people.
just to skew the numbers. Yeah.
I tell you what I
don't see why Australia currently is the whipping post or whipping boy for this kind of thing at the moment.
Because you sell all the fucking coal that everybody buys in the world. That's why. Well, all the amount of
Not
coal.
everybody.
And
China,
India.
India.
China, they're dumping it in the sea.
Yeah, they're dumping it in the ocean to save it for later.
Yeah, absolutely. So China, you're selling all the rock out of the middle of the country, and they're the biggest polluters, but you're giving them the fuel to burn.
You got to make money somehow.
Yeah, be a muso.
Well, that's the thing, and I've thought about that many times too. And I think
if you stop selling to them, they can't burn it.
Yeah, true, but there goes the arse out of the Australian economy because that's
and China's.
Yeah, well, theirs as well.
So,
but yeah, our economy is so dependent on coal and uranium and natural resources like that. So, yeah.
We come a long way. I'll tell you who the media I don't like.
Who?
I don't like that guy on the project, Waleed.
Well, nobody likes him. He's a twat. He's a pompous ass.
I find he speaks down. And
he's condescending.
Goody two shoes.
Look, again, because I don't watch commercial television, I haven't seen a lot of that show. But he's just got this arrogance about him, you know. And just because you've got an imaginary friend in the sky that you believe in doesn't mean the rest of us have to.
No, I'd love if some dirt came out on him. I'd like him more as a person if there was some filth somewhere in his.
Yeah, it'll come out of him. Something will eventually, I think.
So who do you like? I know you like John Laws.
Oh, John Laws. Actually,
here we go.
John Laws isn't. He's not. He's not in the same. Well, he's probably the same kind of, you know, DJ talk show host, not DJ talk show host type of character. But he talk about radio. But he's nowhere near as extreme as Alan Jones. And don't get me wrong, I don't listen to Alan Jones. I don't think I've ever listened to Alan Jones' show ever. I don't think we even get it up here on the radio. So I've only really seen him on TV and YouTube clips and stuff like that. But
so who else is there? There's Ray, what's his name? Oh, continuous call team, I can't remember his name. Ray Hadley. Ray Hadley's another shock jock. And he was the one who had the phone call coming from inside the Lint Cafe. Was it the Lint Cafe thing?
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, he had phone calls coming from inside there. Wow. So there's a role for these people, though. But the Alan Jones thing, and like they do this thing to get interest. Yeah,
well, he caused a bit of the shitstorm with the Cronulla riots all those years ago, too.
Which one?
Alan Jones.
Right.
Yeah, he was hyping that up a bit, too, from memory, like on his show, saying, you know, that people going down to Bondi Beach and being harassed and stuff like that. So he had a bit...
Bondi's in Sydney, Cronulla's further south.
Sorry, Bondi Beach. Not Bondi Beach. Cronulla Beach. Cronulla Beach, sorry.
No fact check.
Yeah.
Fixed.
Yeah, so anyway, the shit that happened back in whenever that was, you know, all those years ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
No, but it was probably longer than we think.
Yeah.
So he had a bit to do with the inciting that a bit, I think, as well.
Inciting it. Pouring fuel on it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But okay, back to the outrage culture. I think that's what I mean. That's kind of, like I said, that the Alan Jones thing is a bit of the catalyst to that. But there's so much more than that these days.
What outrages you?
What
outrages you?
What outrages me? Not much.
Not much?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No comeback.
No. I know what annoys me, and that's being spoken at. People go, "You shall not. You will not. You can't do this."
Like the outrage culture pissed me off. Things like that. You know, not being able to speak your mind. Now, the thing is, you should be able to speak your mind. See, in America, we don't have it here, and I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, you have pretty much complete freedom of speech, apart from the fact that you can't say to people, "Okay, we hate that demographic or that
no,
whatever."
They can say that.
They can say we hate them, but we can't say, now you guys pick up your guns, go over there and shoot.
No, they can't say that. So you can't
incite violence, but you can say, you can say conspiracy theories towards, Jewish people, for example, or you can say these things that's
homophobic,
free, whatever it is, Nazis. You can say whatever you like, as long as you're not inciting
Israel Folau.
Yeah,
who we spoke about, he wasn't allowed to say that, but that was contractual.
That was contractual, and I think that's different. If he signed a contract that said, but
that's a freedom of speech.
Not to say this again, and he did, well, then he fucking deserves what he gets.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a fine line there. I think there's grey. I think there's a lot of grey.
I'll tell you who I really do like, and he's not political anyway. And there was a couple of hits on my Facebook pages with Nick Kyrgios. Oh, I love that guy. If people say, he's a fucking disgrace and he's this and that, I'm thinking that we need more entertainment like that in sport. We need more of that.
I can't believe this is the third show in a row you've brought sport up. After bitching and whining about sport.
I just think he's absolutely hilarious. I mean, he walked away from that match. Was that in America?
Yeah, I think
American Open or something.
America or Canada.
And he walked out of there with $220,000 plus fines for his behaviour. And I just, what do you call the ref or the umpire? What are they called in tennis? Ref?
Umpires.
Umpire. A fucking tool or something. Oh dear, I think that's hilarious.
I don't like him.
You don't like him? A lot of people don't like him. I don't know the guy, but I just like the fact that he's
a clown.
He's a clown. He's entertaining.
Yeah,
Has he hurt anybody? That's the question. The only thing he's hurting is the image of the game. That's the only thing he's hurting. He's not hurting people. He's not hurting things. He hurts his tennis rackets.
Yes, he did. Did you see the one when he's in? Yeah, you did see it. He smashed the fuck out of it.
He smashed the fuck out of it, and then he came back to the court, and after the game, and after he lost, he did lose, didn't he?
I can't remember.
I think he lost. I didn't actually watch it. I just watched the shorts. And then he gave the smashed tennis racket to like a 10-year-old kid.
That would be great.
That's what you need to do. But I think he's trying to be a bit of the John McEnroe bad boy and stuff as well. And I think, but he's not nowhere near a good player as McEnroe was.
Oh, he's got the talent. He's got skills. But he doesn't have the dedication. He'll never be number one until he first of all gets a coach.
Doesn't he have a coach?
No, he won't let anybody tell him what to do.
Oh, really?
He's got no media people. He's got no coach. He's got no training. He does it all himself.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But until he gets into you see all these people that are great. It's not just natural. You've got to be dedicated, and you've got to do this, and you've got to do it repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly until you're better. Yep. And he just doesn't have that in his personality. He can entertain like you wouldn't believe, and he can play shots that are just fucking ridiculous. But until you get disciplined, do it week in, week out.
Well, he must be pretty good to be where he is.
Oh, he's amazing. The talent's fucking ridiculous. That's outrageous. But it's all the
people did their nana over that. Is that have you heard that saying?
Yeah,
did their nana? Did their biscuit?
Just because that's the second crack you've had at my country as I've sat here. Fucking Irish, not stupid.
Ooh.
I'm fucking outraged now.
So you get outraged about that?
No, I don't. I'm winding you up.
No, but you get how many times you pull me up about something?
I get pissed off when people approach me with the stereotypical.
But you act like the fucking stereotype.
No, I don't.
You do so.
I do not.
Fucking oath you do.
As he slugs down another bit of fucking drink before midday.
If it wasn't here, you didn't bring it, I wouldn't be drinking it. I don't even drink. Those two you had left here last week, I haven't even touched them.
No, but we'll knock them off today, don't you worry.
Anyway.
So you're outraged
by
outraged.
I've met a lot of other Irish people in my time. Okay, we're going to go down this road. Actually, this is a topic for later too. But no one carries on about his Irishness as much as this guy. Everyone else I met, they're just normal, average, everyday people who have an Irish accent who may have lived here for 5 or 6 years, 10 years, whatever. But everyone that carries on with it is him. Everyone else I meet.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't.
Because it works for you somehow. I don't know how it works, but apparently it does.
I'm outraged. I think that.
Do you have any Irish viewers?
Sorry, I don't know. We should have.
When I go and look at analytics, it's 100% Australia. So at this point, we don't have any international Irish
viewership. I'll make sure the family get onto it, and we'll spread it.
The family, don't they see it on Facebook anyway?
I don't know. They just really ignore me. I'm in Australia. I'm not part of the loop anymore.
But you get outraged when, like I said, like you were just saying, you get outraged, not outraged, but you get upset when people use cliches about Irish, cliches. Irishisms, if you want to call them that.
Have you got a point coming anytime soon?
No, but you do, don't you? That's one area where you get your knickers in a twist.
The paddy wagon is one will get my knickers in a twist immediately, and rightly so. So if you call them nigger vans or abo vans, they'd be fucking upset, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But see, everyone's got their little agenda. Everyone's got their little thing they can get upset about. And the thing...
But I'm openly outraged about that. I don't give a fuck about people slaughtering cows so we can eat, or, I don't give a fuck about Alan Jones telling the New Zealand Prime Minister that she just put a sock down her throat. I couldn't give a shit about that. That stuff's fucking irrelevant. It's not going to affect your everyday life. You should fucking get over it and move on. She's decided it's not going to affect hers, so what the fuck?
Well, exactly, and that's exactly my point. So obviously it comes back down to the media. It's all about the media and what they want to use it for.
Yeah, they create what they need. How are we doing? We all right?
We've got about 5 minutes
for
this one. So,
who do you like in the media?
I don't watch free to air TV,
yeah,
so I really don't know.
Radio and podcasts. Podcasts now, are we considered media?
Oh, I guess so. People that I listen to on YouTube would be Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I like Frankie Boyle.
Jogan, yeah, but he's a comedian.
Yeah, but he's got a show called New World Order.
Oh, I have to look at that one.
New World Order.
No, Joe Rogan's good. I like listening to his stuff. Very broad with things that I that I listen to. But no, I don't watch any free-to-air TV. The only thing I watch on free-to-air TV is Sean McAuliffe Mad as Hell. That's it. That's the only time.
That's
the only time I actually turn the TV off Netflix or off Stan or whatever. And actually watch it on free-to-air TV, and that's that show. That's
Charlie
it.
Pickering's show is pretty good.
Yeah, Charlie.
I do love.
Yeah, he's all right.
We're talking earlier about John Oliver. I love John Oliver's show. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, but John Oliver's a bit lefty.
So
is Sean McAuliffe, actually, because it's the ABC after all.
He has to be, or they raided. See, there's another. Now that was outrageous.
Yes, that was pretty bad.
That they raided. Some girl printed a story about
Yeah.
sensitive information, and the next minute we're shutting down the media. That's never a good sign when government starts shutting down the media.
It is really, really bad, and they deserve every criticism they get for that, because that is really,
That
really
was
bad.
outrageous.
That was bad.
That's
That was shocking. That's like other people of the Australian government who has, again, whether you want to see. My mind moves quicker. My mind moves quicker than my stupid mouth does. But no, I just people like Miley Yiannopoulos got banned. David Icke got banned. I mean, for fuck's sake, why would you ban David Icke? David Icke got banned.
See, I see him the way you see Nick Kyrgios.
What, funny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, I don't believe he makes.
He's a human circus.
Well, he makes some really good points, and then he goes off the rails, and you go, well, I'm happy to. With geopolitics, he's spot on. There's no doubt. But then he goes off to the reptilian stuff, and then he loses a lot of people. But Miley Yiannopoulos got banned. Someone else got banned recently. I can't remember who else it was. But and they're controversial speakers. Why can't we have controversy? Why can't we talk about topics that are uncomfortable?
Because people get outraged.
Exactly. But why do they have to get outraged? It was like the thing that Ricky Gervais said. There's a gag.
You love him. I think he's a dick.
No, I like Ricky. And he's also very much animal rights kind of person as well. But he did
just because he's an animal rights person doesn't mean he's not a dick.
Oh, look, he might be a bit of a dick, but I like his comedy. But he said something about he made a gag about like social media and stuff like that. You post something up and people get outraged, and he said you don't see a sign in the street saying advertising for guitar lessons. And you don't ring the number up and say, I don't fucking want guitar lessons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same online. You can ignore shit online. But people, I think you made this point earlier, is that people, because they are sitting at a computer or they are sitting behind a smartphone, is that they go, oh, I'm in a safe space.
Yeah.
Safe spaces is another topic. And then they can go, well, I can say this here and not really be
I don't have to put my face
accountable
to it.
for
Yeah, I don't have to be accountable. I don't have to put my face to it. I'm not in a public forum.
I
am in a public forum, but I'm completely anonymous within that public forum.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a good thing.
I don't think it is either.
But I'm not going to say we should start charging people, for saying things online. And that's happened. I'm not charging people, but, some people have. But, like going to Facebook jail and YouTube jail and stuff like that.
What?
That's just mad. Haven't you heard this before?
Oh, I've had one post taken down.
Have you really?
Yeah,
I've never had anything taken down.
Yeah, it was...
At this point, touch wood.
Mine was a graphic image of Syrian babies after the Americans had bombed Syria.
Okay.
And, it wasn't pretty. But it was very... So, Facebook took it down. Fuck you, Facebook.
Wow.
Nobody wanted a bar of it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're sort of getting on the half an hour sort of time there. So is there anything you wanted to add before we finish this week?
There's one thing I did want to say.
What's that?
You mentioned Bernie Sanders a lot last week, right? And the week before we were talking about aliens and UFOs, correct?
Yeah.
Bernie has come out this week and said if elected, he will open up Area 51 and give all the information on aliens that the American government holds. That's
all very good and well. And if you're into that stuff, good on you, and good for you. Whatever, I don't know. I can't think of what words to say. But how is that relevant to governmental policy and running the country?
Well, it takes all those people with conspiracy theories out
to
of it completely.
What, they'll vote for him?
Yeah, but they'll also.
But that can't be a huge demographic.
No, but
vote for him.
I don't know. But there's
also when
you've
got things like housing and the economy,
which
and
he has got great
spending,
things on,
and healthcare and all these important topics, and you go, oh, and by the way,
I'll tell you all about the aliens.
I'm going to release the UFO files at the same time. How is that fucking important? It's not important.
No, it's not. But it
maybe it's important to somebody.
It also puts it all to rest.
Where's my tinfoil hat?
Aluminium foil.
All right. So, I'm going to pull it up there. So, any closing comments?
You can be outraged all you like. general public don't give a fuck. Move on with your life.
I agree. I think people need to take the harden up pill or something.
Yeah, pull your head in.
Drink, have a can of harden the fuck up.
Yeah, a couple of spoons of concrete in your coffee.
You know, it's only words. And this is the thing. People get so upset
you said
about
we were
words.
winding this up.
Yeah, it's just words, people. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. If you did, again, this week, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe, like, and comment, and hit the notification bell there at the right-hand side, I think it is. And we will see you again next week, next hump day. Bye.
Bye-bye.